Hey, good afternoon. Welcome. All right, I'm just waiting for confirmation that we're live. All right, let's see. All right, yay, we're live. Awesome. Okay, so as you guys are coming on, let me know so that way I know that we're fully here. Okay, so I know I haven't been live in a little bit, and that's just because things have been really busy around here, and it's been it's been a lot of work and a lot of fun, and I'm working on a whole bunch of different things and being pulled in different directions, and a lot of times when that happens I get like super frustrated, super on edge, and my anxiety starts to go, and it's not fun, right? And I know that some of you struggle with this, and so I wanted to talk to you about a productivity thing that I do that not only helps my productivity, but it also helps with my mindset and just as things are going on. And I see a whole bunch of you guys are coming on, so just let me know. Hey, Rosemary, welcome. Okay, so I love this because it's super simple. It doesn't cost you anything, and you're going to get so much more out of your day if you do this. And this is so super simple. Okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, and I'll walk you through how I do this. So I had to call the IRS for a client, right? I hate calling the IRS. But like most people are like, oh my God, I've got to make this phone call. I'm going to be on the call forever. The whole time is going to be awful. I'm going to sit here. It's going to ruin my whole day, right? How many of you like have had something like that happen like in the last like couple weeks, right? Where you've had something and you instantly go negative. Right? You instantly go negative and you're like, oh my God, hey, Teresa, this is going to be a huge waste of my time. I can't believe I have to do this. And you automatically go negative because unfortunately, our brains naturally go negative. Like we have a propensity to just automatically go negative. And that's like everybody. Hey, Erica, yeah, guilty. And so here's the thing that works for me. Okay. So when I sit there and I say, okay, I'm going to be on hold with the IRS, and it's, they do the wait, your average wait time is, 60 to 120 minutes. And you go, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I have so much I've got to get done today. And now I've got to do this. So what I always do is I spin it and I'm like, okay, this is not the only thing that I can be doing right now, right? And if this is like the one thing that's on my plate, then my brain is immediately going to go to awesome. I've got a video, I've got a call, I've got something else. I've got a course. I've got all these things that I want to do that I never have the time to sit down and do. I've got audiobooks, I've got regular books, I've got magazines, I've got all these things. And I've got other work I've got to get done. So I sit there and go, great, this is an opportunity for me to sit down and get things done. So for those of you that are in Empower Bookkeeper Network and you know about our working sessions, think about it as a working session. Look, I have to be at my desk with my phone so that when the IRS picks up, I've got all the documents I need. And so I'm going to use this as a working session. So what do I need to get done? What class do I need to take? What certification do I need to get done? I'm eyeing my Gusto certification because I'm not Gusto certified yet. And so I'm like, oh, I can get part of my Gusto certification done. I can get, I might not be able to record videos for you guys while I'm on hold with the IRS, but I can write content, right? I can put together slides. There's so many other things that I can be doing instead of sitting there huffing and moaning and complaining about the things I cannot be doing right now because I'm on hold. Because being on hold on the phone is a passive thing, right? And so I think sometimes what happens is when we get disrupted and our brain says, I want to do this, right? I want to do this. And we automatically go negative. And what I would encourage you to do is I would go positive, okay? It is amazing how exhausting it is to have a negative mindset all the time. It is exhausting because it's worry and guilt and anxiety and fear and all the things, and it's negative, and you spiral down. And it's exhausting. And so the major thing that I've done, like today, I sat down at my desk and I had something come up today that I had to do first. And I was like, oh man, I've got to fix this thing before I can do anything else. And I said, wait a minute. This is only going to take me a few minutes. It's going to get me to my desk. It's going to get me super hyper focused. And then I'm going to be super hyper focused for the rest of my day. And so I went in and I did that work. And then since then, right, and the reason I'm a little bit late today is because I got to my desk. It was about 1 o'clock, which is when I normally go live. And I have literally worked on, I have worked on 8 clients today in a little over an hour. 8. Now, some of those are like emails, some of those are communication, some of those like checking numbers for them. But think about 8 clients in an hour. That's like amazing, right? And so, so it's funny because I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh wow, it's like 2 o'clock. Let me go live real quick. Let me get out there and share this with everybody who follows my page, because I think it's just so critically important. And it's one of those things that I think people often are like, Kristen, how are you so positive all the time? I am intentionally positive. Like, this is not natural for me. This is not normal for me. This is a muscle that I have to work on every single day. So it's not like, I come on here and I'm like, hi, I'm Kristen, and I'm always in a good mood. No, it's something I have to work on constantly. Okay. And those of you that are on the live calls, like I've had some of you reach out to me and be like, how are you in such a good mood all the time? I have to work at it. This is something that, like I said, like we naturally are negative people. Okay. And so it is a muscle that you have to flex. Okay. And I catch myself, I will catch myself spiraling down, right? And things go negative. And I'm like, whoa, wait, stop. Like I will feel myself. Have you ever done that? Have you ever felt yourself like you literally, it's almost like going down a drain. You can feel yourself spiraling down into negativity, right? And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this and I can't believe that. Usually it's like if we're upset with our spouse, or we're upset with our kids, or we're upset with ourselves, and we do the spiral thing. And so one of the things that I've kind of been able to do is, because, like I said, I really work at this, I noticed that and I'm like, whoa, wait, we're spiraling. Stop. Hold on. No, we're not going to do this. And like I said, it does take a lot of practice and it takes some work, but it becomes easier and easier. And for me, what I notice is that I now catch it earlier, right? So before, if this is the spiral, right? I used to catch it kind of like maybe here, and now I catch it more up here. So that's really cool. And I also find I can pull myself out of it faster. Okay. And so, and really, if you want to start doing this, okay, the first step is when you have to recognize the negative. Okay. How many of you ever recognize that when you're starting to get down, you recognize the negative? Because that's the first step. Okay. And again, if this is something you've done for a long time, you might not even notice it. So one thing I asked my husband to do when I first started doing this work is I'm like, can you just let me know? Like when I start spiraling down, or when I seem like I'm in a really negative mind frame, can you just let me know that that's happening? Because it helped me identify it, and it helped me identify that space. Okay. And then once you start to identify it, then you can sit there and say, okay, I noticed that I'm here. What can I do instead? Right? What can I do instead? And yeah, you do, Erica. That's great. That's where I think Erica said you feel more exhausted. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think what can be really helpful is if you get into the practice of journaling a little bit every day. One thing I noticed too, I have a couple different apps and they ask you to check in with how you're feeling. And so what I have done is I'll notice, if I say I'm exhausted, right, or I'm tired, I will look at like my sleep apps and I'm like, okay, I had really good sleep. Did I have a negative day today? Where were my thoughts today? Where are my feelings today? Okay, and that is really, really helpful. So when you find that you're in that space, I think that it's, so there is a think, feel, do cycle that we go through during the day. And basically the way it works is you have thoughts, okay? You have thoughts that come through your mind. Then you have feelings about it. And it's typically the feelings that get you exhausted, okay? And then you decide what your action is going to be, okay? So if you think about, so let's go back to my example with the IRS. So my thought is, I have to call the IRS, right? And I'm going to be on hold for a long time. That's the thought, okay? Now we get to determine what the feeling is going to be. Now, naturally we go, oh, this is going to be awful. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be, it's going to be awful, right? And we feel negative and we feel down and we feel defeated, right? But you don't have to do that, right? So I can say, whoa, wait, no, hold on, time out. So the thought is, yes, I'm going to be on hold for a long time. But the feeling that I have, maybe the feeling is opportunity. Maybe the feeling is curiosity. So I'm like, okay, what can I do with this time? Right? I now have this time that's opened up in my schedule where I kind of have to have an ear out for the phone. What can I do instead? Right? Maybe it's joy. They're like, hey, I've got this course I've really wanted to look at. I've got this book I've really wanted to read. I'm going to do that in this time. Right? And so you have the opportunity to change the feeling and then decide what you're going to do. How many times have you been on a really long hold and you're like, oh, this is awful. I'm just going to go on Facebook and scroll until somebody picks up. Right? Well, what could you do instead that enriches your day, that makes your day better? Maybe you pop in to bookkeeper training school, right? And you work on some of the modules that you haven't finished yet. Okay. Really, really, I'm telling you, this has made such a difference in the amount of stuff I can get done, helping me find time to get those things done. They're like, oh, I don't have time for that. That's how I can read so many books. That's how, you know, I can get courses done. It's finding those moments where most people would go negative. I go positive and find the opportunity in it. So I hope that that is super helpful for you. Work on those moments where you have the opportunity to do a think, feel, do, right? And really, if you need to, you can sit down, you can write that down, right? What is my thought about this? What am I feeling? Right? What am I feeling? And how can I adjust that feeling so that I do something positive for me? Okay. Teresa said, thank you so much for this. Teresa, you're welcome. I'm so glad that this was helpful for you. Let me know how else I can help. I love doing these videos. I love helping you be more productive so that you can get your businesses off the ground and create the type of life that you want to live. So again, thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.